Next, I'm going to move on to the enhancement phase. This is going to be step 4 in the perfect complexion. I'm going to use a warm airbrush foundation from Hedlux. This is a great product. And I'm going to put about 4 drops inside of the airbrush. And you want to make sure that the mode is set at medium. Again, you're going to take your tissue and you're going to back bubble it. This is going to mix the product. Okay, so again, mode on medium because you're working on a smaller surface. You want to have your client smile, and we're going to start the application at the apple of the cheeks. So we're using smaller dashing motions that are broad and ovulescent. And you want to make sure that you're sweeping and turning up onto the temple, okay? Because we don't want a lot of buildup in the hairline. This is going to look very messy. So start here at the apple, sweeping onto the temple. This is also going to frame her face nicer. It's going to give her more of a contoured look. The reason you have your client smile is because you want to make sure that the airbrush product is directly onto the apple. If it's too low, you are dragging her face down. She's going to look years older. So you want to make sure, have your client smile, apples of the cheek, you start. You have small dashing motions up the cheekbone and around into the temple. Take your hand and cover the hair area. You do not want a lot of product in the hairline. And that's why we do the half moon or crescent effect here onto the temple. Next, I'm going to take a sponge. I want to make sure that I have the perfect amount here. Now for a very soft, dewy look, you just want to do one sweep. If you're going for a full-on red carpet look, you definitely want to do more than one sweep. You can do like 1 to 2 to 3 sweeps even, depending on the skin color of the client, what they're wearing, how heavy the eyes are going to be. So next, I'm going to take a little bit of highlighter, and this is a gold highlighter from Hedlux. This is an awesome product. I love it very much. And we're going to give her a really soft, glamorous look, okay? And we're going to sweep it on top of the blush that we just did. So we're going to sweep it on top of the cheekbones. And you want to make sure to back bubble any remaining product out of the machine onto a tissue before you continue. And if you have to use cleanser, you can go ahead and do that too. So I'm only going to put a couple drops of the highlighter in here. And again, I'm going to mix by pulling back, creating the back bubble effect. And test it on your tissue. Perfect. Okay. Now I'm going to go to a medium mode. You can also do a low mode if you want. And have your client, instead of having her smile this time, I'm actually going to have her make a face like this. Right. That's going to give me the top of the cheekbone, okay? So really small sweeping motions here along to the temple. This is going to gradually give her a real nice gold highlighting look. Little goes a long way. Okay, you can also use this product to really brighten up the eyes, especially if they're going to be wearing a really light eye makeup. We can do it in the inside corners of the eyes. This is going to give her a more youthful appearance. So you want to put your mode down to low because we're working around the eyes. And remember, don't go directly onto the eye, okay? You want to go down like this, okay? And also, when you're working on a low setting around the eyes, you can be a lot closer. You don't have to be 6 to 8 inches away because you're not going to get the product where it needs to go. Okay, so you're going to do like 3 to 4 inches away. I'm just going to do a nice little stroke in here. We're using that same dashing motion but smaller strokes. So already you can see from one eye to the next that she has a really brightened eye appearance. It's more youthful. So again, little dashing motions, a little goes a long way. So if you can take a look. So this has brightened up the eye area. Has a really nice gold sheen, as if she's been outside all day in the sun. Has a really nice sun glow to it. We can also take this highlighting product and put it underneath the brow. So you want to cover the brow with your finger, like so, and also pull up at the same time. Okay, so we're going to do soft dashing motions on the brow line. This is going to lift the eye area and give a really nice glow. Cover the brow with your finger. Small dashing motions until you have the right amount of product. So if you're looking for a really light look, you can just, with all the foundation, blush, bronzer, highlighter, you can do one sweep around. If you're looking for a more dramatic look, you can do 2, 3 sweeps around. Just keep that in mind. You as an artist, you're the one who's going to be in charge of what you are trying to portray as far as your application goes. So either it's going to be light or a little heavier, but it's high definition. Airbrush will never look caked on. So even if you do more applications than one, it's always going to look flawless. Now, the final step is bronzer. Every woman needs bronzer, no matter who she is. Bronzer is going to give a really nice definition to the face. So you're going to put about 4 to 6 drops of bronzer in here. You're going to take your tissue and you're going to mix it again using the down on the trigger, slightly back, using a back bubble effect. Spray it out so you make sure it has the correct airflow and it's mixed well. Okay, now you're going to have your client for the bronzer also make that same look. Okay, because I want to get the underneath of the cheekbone. You don't want to go too low. You want to go pretty much right on the cheekbone, just a little below it. This is going to give a really nice natural contour. It's going to make her cheekbones stand out even more than they already do. And you want to make sure always go half moon motion. This is going to give her face a better frame. And we're using small dashing motions, not circular. We're not going circular. Now you can also use the bronzer to, if you have a client who comes to you and has too full of a chin line here, we can use bronzer at that point, at the chin, to make the neck appear thinner, make the jaw seem more intact. This is very important. And I always like to put just a tiny bit on the nose. This brings the look all together. So I want to put it down to low. I'm going to use broad strokes on the nose. So that completes prepping, concealing, correcting, perfecting with Airbrush Foundation, and we enhanced with our Airbrush Blush, our Airbrush Highlighter, and our Airbrush Bronzer.